Well, folks, welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. We got quite the barn update for you. We got one mama, two mama. This one is in the barn today because we do not want Mr. Bully Bull to breed her quite yet because we don't want January babies. And this mama in here is not doing so good. She's getting a little thin. She's limping real bad. So we're going to see what we can do to help her out. But for the astute viewer, there's lots of things that have changed. So this is normally where my tractors live, and I had to turn part of it into cow pen. And the only reason I had to do that, oh my bull, will you ever zip it, buddy? Please, like for once in your life. Anyhow, I had to turn this into more cow pen because we're going on vacation. And I needed to make sure they had a nice big old round bale before we went on vacation. And I needed to make sure that while I was on vacation, I had to do as little as possible for these cows. So that's why I opened this up. Also, it was impossible for me to feed large round bales to the barn cows because there was no way to access the back through a driveway. So it was always muddy, swampy, and I was getting stuck out there. And I just don't simply want to do that because that's hurting the ground and equipment and all that fun jazz. So that's why, oh, come on, camera, work with me here. That's why we've had to do what we did here. I also got the big water tote put in the barn here. I think we basically doubled, maybe tripled the water capacity of our little black tote. We had this one in for quite the while. But with the large number of cows we seem to be putting in our barn, I wanted to make sure I had something a lot bigger. It's just easier that way, and then I don't have to deal with water pumping all the time. Plus, my pump blew up. So I've got a whole nother strategy that I'm going to do with that that's a whole nother deal in its entirety. So that's where we're at, folks. I've been trying to get some things done. I had to knock a wall out over here, had to put in a gate to keep them out and keep them in, because when we tried to run mama in, it got a little fuzzy with some of the other cows. They were trying to get in and out and all that, so it's just easier. I put some sheet metal on the inside here just to try out, just to see how it works out for us. Obviously, it wasn't very nice sheet metal, but it'll do. It'll work for us. So, excuse me, folks. So before I go ahead, will you quit yelling? You've had grain and you got plenty of hay right here. So before we go ahead and remodel this entire back wall as well, I wanted to try it out, see how I thought about it, see what I thought about it, I should say, at least for a couple days, ideally a couple weeks, just to try it and see. I don't know where this is going to lead from here. I don't know if this is always going to be like this. But when I put this in, I designed it in a way so that this gate can swing open. And it swings open here with all my poison ivy that needs to go away as well. And we could open it all the way up and still park tractors in here if that's what we so choose. Same thing with, excuse me, with the gate back here. I could swing it shut, lock them in this side, and then that way I never have to worry about the cows getting in here and then ultimately getting out of our barn. But so that's a little bit of a barn update for you folks. Also, summertime, we leave a little fan here for the cows. I have it off right now so that I can talk and you guys can hear me. But this is why I wanted a bigger water tote. This was full before I left 2-3 hours ago, and now it's empty. So if they're going to be going through 30 gallons a day, that would have meant that like every 3 days I had to fill up my little black tote because it was about 100 gallon. Whereas with this, I can go a lot farther because it's like 250. It is broke at the top, however, but for what I'm doing in here, that's okay. That's only like, I don't know, let's just say that's 10, 20 gallons I've lost. But the tote's still okay in general. But yeah, that's a little update for you folks. We got Miss Penny coming up here. She's a beautiful show cow. Hi. Hi, baby dolls. Hello. Yeah, you gonna try and eat me? I want to pet you and love you. I don't want to be eaten. And then we have my bull rubbing on my barn in the background, which also needs to be corrected because he's tearing up all the plastic that I have put there for for protecting the barn from the elements. For siding, that's the word I was looking for. So I need to put a fence up or something on this backside here. Maybe just an insulator that I screw in, or I need to do something to keep him from doing that because it's driving me nuts. It's making a racket. And, well, I'm sure as you could see, well, maybe you can't see here, he's tearing all of it up. And it's pointless to even bother fixing it. Same thing with putting steel in. You know, if I put steel siding on it, it would help for sure, but he's still going to be able to rub on it. So I just need to get him to stop rubbing on my barn. And no, folks, it's not because he doesn't have anything to rub on. If you guys can see in the background, there's all those trees. He can rub on every single one of those. He just chooses not to because he's a bratty cow. So, anyhow, folks, just wanted to give you a little quick barn update, show you guys what's been going on. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one.